Simon, Matt and Dan have had their turn and now it's mine. Don't make yourself too comfortable, this won't take long.
The last of our GCN presenter profiles. Tom, here are your questions. What was your favourite race?
I think my favourite race ever to ride was probably the Tour of the Battenkill. It was in New York. It was a road race that had a load of off-road sections and I did okay. So, favourite race to watch? Probably the Cyclo-cross Worlds or Loonhout, which is one of the races in the Cyclo-cross Christmas week. Loonhout's just a really weird course. It's flat and around fields. Loads of kind of pretty weird features for a cross race, so yeah, I think that's probably my favourite.
What was your first biggest cycling success?
I think my first big cycling success was probably a second place in a national trophy cyclocross race as a junior. It doesn't sound like much, but that second place meant that I got to go away on a lot of national team trips that year, which was funnily enough the year that I met our very own Simon Richardson, although he was in the under-23 race and far cooler and faster than me. Great Britain cycling team jersey. The jersey that I got when I was national junior mountain bike champion.
What was your worst moment in cycling?
The 2008 Chas Messenger road race. It was a Premier calendar, so a British national road race series, and it was my first year properly racing on the road. Coming into the last lap, I spotted a place where I thought, oh, I might attack there, maybe with 500 metres to go. So as we came into it, I got myself into position and I attacked. And I remember looking back and thinking, wow, definitely won this one. This is really, it's almost funny, I can't believe I've got a gap. And I was kind of sprinting, put my head down a bit and then thought, you know what, I'm going to win this, I may as well celebrate. Put my arms in the air, only to kind of, had like a vague awareness of the crowd thinking, that guy's an idiot. And the commentator shouting, oh no Tom, oh no. And Russell Downing, who then went on to Team Sky the next year, came underneath my arm and I got second. I was still second though. The team kit that I wore that year was this kit, which was Team Kinesis. I've only kept the jersey because the shorts were white and they were unlined and they were pretty gross. So there's the jersey.
What was your best moment in cycling?
I think my best moment in cycling is probably, looking back, is the 2012 Tour of Britain. It's my fourth and final year with what was then Team IG Sigma Sport, which started off back in 2009 when it was just Sigma Sport and Matt Stevens was rider manager police officer. So yeah, known Matt for quite a while. But the 2012 Tour of Britain, it was the last race that I think I really had form. I got to the finish, did it with some good friends. Simon was there, Dan Lloyd was there, Craven. So it was a nice atmosphere all week. It was just a good race, and a nice way to kind of look back and say, yeah, I enjoyed doing stuff like that.
What's your favourite place to ride?
Home, which is the Peak District, a large national park in the UK. Pretty hilly, kind of rocky if you go off-road, but there's kind of loads of little small lanes and narrow climbs and descents, and I love it there. Team IG Sigma Sport jersey, and this was the fourth year that I was in a team managed by Matt Stevens.
What was your favourite training session?
I absolutely loved riding cyclocross. I still love riding cyclocross, so I don't think you can beat a 2 to 3 hour cross ride. Going pretty hard, kind of getting in some relatively technical descents, or descents that are at least technical on the cross bike, and linking it all together with some nice roads. This is my Cyclo-cross National Trophy Series winner jersey. It's either from 2003 or 2004/5, I think. It's that long ago that I can barely remember doing them.
Who is your cycling hero?
I'd say I've got 2 or 3 cycling heroes. My first one was definitely Marco Pantani. Back in 1998-99 when I started watching the Tour de France on Channel 4, I think it was, then in the UK. Pantani was just the man really, the way he rode and attacked on the hills. Obviously, looking back on it now, you see that riders don't do that anymore, but at the time when I was 10 and 11, that was fantastic, loved watching it. Then as I got more into cyclocross and stuff like that, my 2 favourite riders were probably Mario de Klerk, who was an absolute killer. You just, when you were watching a race, you knew that if Mario got to the last lap in the lead group, he was probably going to win it. And then Bart Wellens, who, really cool guy, actually got to ride with him last year as part of working with GCN, so that was awesome too. Could we get you saying something on camera in a minute? Would that be okay?
What do you want me to say?
What's been your favourite GCN moment?
Favourite GCN moment? I've got so many really. There was riding cyclo-cross with Bart Wellens for an afternoon. That was really, really cool. You know, we did the Tour of California, I've worked at the Tour de France, the Giro d'Italia and the Vuelta. It's just fantastic opportunities that I'd never really imagined I'd get, and to go to those races and to work is amazing. Great place to be.
What about working with Dan Lloyd?
Oh, working with Dan Lloyd as well. That's absolutely fantastic too.
Hello and welcome.
What do you think you're doing? I'm back now.
People often mention, where is Tom last? What do you actually do when you're not presenting?
What do I do when I'm not presenting? Well, as you've probably noticed, I've actually got quite a lot of time to do stuff when I'm not presenting, because I present pretty rarely now that we've got Simon back, got Dan obviously, and we've got Matt. So I do a lot of work behind the scenes really. I answer your comments on YouTube, Facebook, and respond to your tweets occasionally, and I also traffic the videos. And by that I mean I'm the one that sets them live, so if there are any typos in the description, blame me. I have threatened to call HR.
What's the story behind your alter ego, the Brick?
Well, the story behind my alter ego is that back when I started presenting in 2013, one of you guys, shout out to James Jackson, was kind enough to leave this. This presenter has the charisma of a brick. And unfortunately it stuck. The last is going to roll me on this one. Well, I hope you've enjoyed a brief look back at what I did in cycling before I came over to GCN. And if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below and I will be sure to answer as many of them as I can. And if you'd like to see the bike that I ride on GCN Shoots, my Ridley Helium, click over there. To meet the rest of the presenters, click there. And to subscribe to GCN, click on me.